Hey Big Sandy, where people write in and they ask questions to Big Sandy. He's been around the world. He knows a lot of stuff. So we're going to start with this first one. I got a question here. Someone wrote in. It's Atticus from Nebraska. Said, I heard some of your Freddie Fender songs. What other Freddie Fender songs should I listen to get a good introduction to his music?
Good songs to listen to by Freddie Fender. Well, being like a uber Freddie Fender fan, it's kind of tricky to say. It's kind of tough to narrow it down to even a handful of songs. But one of the songs that I covered on that tribute record, Wasted Days and Wasted Nights, is a good place to start. Like, I would suggest finding his original recording of that in the late 50s and then comparing it with his re-recording of it in the 70s. That's the 70s version is the version that actually became a hit. So how he started out in his early days compared to what actually ended up working for him on the charts. And there's an interesting story in between after you kind of hear those two sort of bookends, fill in the rest after that. But starting with that one song, Wasted Days and Wasted Nights, how he originally did it in the 50s compared to how he did it in the 70s. And that kind of tells the story of his progression, his musical progression over the years. So thank you for the question. Yeah. Thank you. Who was that again?
That was, who was that? That was Atticus from Nebraska.
All right.
Yeah.
Atticus?
Yeah, Atticus.
Wow.
Yeah,
quite a name. Thank you. Nebraska. That's nice to have listeners out there.
Yeah, we got
watchers, observers.
We got a couple more for Hey Big Sandy. It says, here's Susan Smith from Costa Mesa.
Who's that?
Susan Smith.
Susan Smith?
From Costa Mesa. Says, I recently moved to Southern California from Alabama. Should I be worried about hurricanes now that we are getting all this rain?
First off, Susan, welcome to California. Should you be worried about hurricanes here? Well, in a nutshell, no. Hurricanes, they kind of need an ocean temperature of at least 79 degrees to build momentum due to trade winds. Our coast is treated to oceanic rivers of cold water. And those cold waters come from the northern reaches of the Pacific Oceans. So, Susan, we thank you for your question. But to sum it up, no, you needn't worry.
That's amazing, Big Sandy. I know you knew about music, but I didn't know you knew about like ocean temperatures and things.
Well, I like to Google things in my off time, and I like to Google off every now and then.